Belize's economy has performed phenomenally well in the first.
Truly blessed. Oh, well, yeah, I know about thing, but I still have life. I truly blessed life. And I want to say good morning to you all. And Emmanuel, how are you doing this morning?
I am doing quite well, thank you. Thanks. Y, and I want to say good morning,
You look
Liz.
bright
Good
this
morning,
morning.
Orange Walk. Why? Life
look-
is good.
Like old folks may I say, you look like morning stars.
Life is good. Life is good. And I want to thank God for all the blessings that He has bestowed upon me and upon all my friends and family. So, and well, quiero darle los muy buenos días a todos. Muy buenos días, Belice. Buenos días, Orange Walk. ¿Cómo están hoy por la mañana? Tenemos un show bastante interesante hoy. Les invito a permanecer en sintonía de nosotros. Hoy tenemos a varias personas que vamos a estar discutiendo la industria azucarera. Así que permanezcan en sintonía, no se vayan. Pero ante todo, como siempre hacemos aquí, vamos a darle gracias a Dios, agradecerle por este precioso día que nos ha regalado. Un día más, ya es el 4 de junio y el 5, perdón, y ya pues ya vamos avanzando, cada día un día más que Dios nos regala de vida y de buena salud. Así que, Padre, hoy te damos gracias por todas las bendiciones que nos das. Hoy, Padre, te doy gracias por la vida, por la salud, por el bienestar, por las fuerzas para seguir trabajando. Padre, concédeme la serenidad hoy para aceptar las cosas que no puedo cambiar. Dame valor, Padre, para cambiar las cosas que sí puedo cambiar. Y por favor, Padre, dame sabiduría para reconocer la diferencia. Hoy quiero hacer tu voluntad, Padre. Hoy quiero hacer, no la mía, pero hoy quiero hacer la tuya. Padre, te damos gracias eternamente y pedimos que hoy nos des tus bendiciones. Gracias por todo, Padre. Amén.
Thank you for those kind words, Emmanuel. 6 minutes after 7 o'clock, we go right into the weather report for today. Brought to you through the kind courtesy of Vegas Imports, Albion's bus line for charter and AC comfort ride. Call Albion's bus line and Youth Connection Band, Hungerman Barbecue. All right, and also German Vegas and Sons, who are the distributors of these products here in front of me, which is the Sarita shortening and the Cocinera vegetable oil. They come in different size and perfect for you. Y para nuestros amigos está perfecto para freír tus huevitos. Perfecto para eso.
También los frijolitos.
Yeah. So we'll go to the weather report and then when we're done, we'll give you a little more on what these products.
Yes. Good morning. Again, today is the 4th of June. And I'm going to say good morning. Si nos acabas de sintonizar, muy buenos días. At 5:30 a.m. this morning, the general situation was the following. Relatively moist and unstable conditions continue to persist over the area. The 24-hour forecast, folks, cloudy at times today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms will occur, more so over inland areas this afternoon and over the south tonight. The winds blowing from the northeast at 5 to 50 knots. The sea state is choppy. The outlook for Friday and Friday night is generally fair with isolated showers along with the chance of an isolated thunderstorm developing inland this afternoon. The temperatures, the highs along the coast 87 degrees Fahrenheit, inland 92 degrees Fahrenheit, and up in the hills 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's talk about the lows. Along the coast 78 degrees Fahrenheit, inland 72 degrees, and up in the hills 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's talk about the tides. There's a high tide at 10:44 this morning. There's another high at 12:11 tomorrow morning. It's shortly after midnight. There's a low tide at 5:51 this afternoon and another low at 4:59 a.m. tomorrow morning. The sun rises tomorrow at 17 minutes after 5. The sun sets today at 25 minutes after 6. The moon sets at 7 minutes after 7 tonight, but the moon rises again at 8:25 a.m. So, esencialmente tenemos para el día de hoy condiciones inestables, húmedas. Eso se prevé que van a continuar para el día de hoy. Hoy estará bastante nublado y por la tarde se espera que hayan chubascos y tormentas, y especialmente sobre las áreas del interior y por las áreas del sur hoy por la noche. Los vientos volando del noreste de 5 a 15 nudos, el estado del mar agitado, y se prevé que estas condiciones continúen. Mañana algo tantito de buen tiempo, pero siempre aún tenemos la posibilidad de chubascos y desarrollando por la tarde. Así que vamos a, por la mañana un poco de buen tiempo, por la tarde un poco de lluvia también. Las temperaturas altas por la costa 87 grados, en el interior 92 grados, por las colinas 78 grados. Las bajas por la costa 78 grados, en el interior 72 grados y por las colinas 68 grados. Las mareas, una marea alta a las 10 con 44 minutos por la mañana, a las 12 con 11 minutos, mañana temprano por la madrugada, y una baja a las 5:51 y otra a las 4 con 59 minutos mañana temprano. El sol sale mañana a las 5 con 17 minutos y el sol se pone a las 6 a las 6 con 25 minutos. La luna igualmente se pone a las 7:07, pero sale a las 8:25 hoy por la noche. Y pues, ¿qué podemos decir? Estamos en junio, tiempo de tantito de lluvia. Vamos a ver que por la mañana vamos a tener tantito de sol, pero ya luego por la tarde otra vez unos chubascos con posibilidad de tormentas. Así que en el interior, tanto hoy como mañana. Así que pues hay que hacer lo que uno puede hacer con esa información. Sí, ya terminamos con eso.
Thank you very much. Weather report brought to you through the kind courtesy of German Vegas and Sons. I want to remind you that the Sarita shortening for cooking purpose comes in 500 grams, and they also come in 1 kilogram. So you can get them at German Vegas and Sons. This is a 1 kilogram pack, and also they come in 23 kilos, which is roughly the box of 50 pounds you could buy for retail purpose, or for those who consume quite a lot in the kitchen. When it comes to business, you can check them out. And this is also, I tried using some for making tortilla fried jack, and it works perfect.
And is it economical?
Yes, very, and also for baking too. You know, it works real good, excellent.
You have tried it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So for the Johnny Cake?
The Johnny Cake and I think, and then they have the canola brand, the Cocinera cooking oil. This one is no cholesterol, you know, omega-3 and the full works in there. You know, right up to par with anyone and any name brand.
At a more economic price.
At a more economic price. So I want to remind you that German Vega is wholesale distributors of these products here and much more. You can check them out on San Antonio Road, or like for the people who live way down south, you know, you go pick up a stock right there, so too. You know, and then people who live way down south, when the truck come your way,
Here along the red truck.
yeah, tell them you want to make this product stay. All right? So get them a German
And this
vegan son.
canola, and canola is supposed to be healthy for you.
Yes, man.
Because it's just like sunflower or other type free because of the nature of the oil.
They come in two different sizes. This is the 946 milliliter ml, and this is the 450. So they come in different sizes. Very
A
good.
little bit more than twice.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So and there is a benefit in purchasing the larger one, obviously,
yes.
because it's more economical.
It's more economic, you can get more.
Yes.
You know, so check them out today. These products are German Vegas and Sons. Also the wholesale distributors of Jumex Juice and La Costeña products. So check them out today. See, definitely. I'm using these now, so I'm telling you, they're good. They're good. So check them out today. German Vegas and Sons.
Proceed.
All right, Emmanuel, it's 15 after 7 o'clock. This definitely, German Vegas and Sons are the proud distributors of these products, the canola, cocinera cooking oil, and the Sarita shortening. Perfect for your kitchen. Remember, too, they come in at a big 50 pounds. So, like people have a little shop and want to sell it retail.
You remember when I don't know if you would remember this, but I'm sure that Cheke would remember this. When we were kids, we would take our little plastic bowl and we'd have got a whole tush burgers and go buy 1 pound of lard. Measure the weight of the plastic, okay? So you weigh 2 ounces. So if you want to buy 1 pound, then dig in one big old pan with the lard, show about pluff in your plastic, and then they would measure out 1 pound of.
Well, I never used to go buy that to burgers, but I used to go buy something similar to that too. But I could remember the days there.
Oh yes.
I can't remember when we used to go there, 'cause you want to check it out. Whoo! I think only they have a 19 long. A 19 long.
Ay. You why either Hattie?
I thought you want to check it. We take a commercial break and we'll be on the Sugar City Morning Show.
We'll be right back, folks.
Belize's economy has performed phenomenally well in the first quarter of 2015, posting a 7% growth in GDP, largely due to the government of Belize's intervention in the citrus and fishing industry, and the GOB's hallmark National Infrastructure Project. Tourism has also seen a sharp increase. The inflation rate continues to fall and remains lower than every country in Central America and the Caribbean. The prices of staple food products continue to drop, making life much more affordable for Belizeans countrywide. Transforming lives, transforming Belize, a government for all.
They say winning isn't everything. They say big man can't jump. They say there's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But let me tell you something. Winning is the way. Winning can change your life. Winning makes all the difference. But you gotta play the game to win the game. The Make Rich Lot of Games. Buy your tickets today.
Wow, Julia! Now nearly time for go buy me number. How we go to shop go buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, time to go, you know. Hurry go buy me number. Boy, Junior, you see that nearly time? Hurry go to the store go buy me number. Junior.
You want me to go buy number for you again? Why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? If you play using text messages per your phone, you don't have to leave the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this long time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make me rich, show the command. I don't buy me numbers, boy. Boy, will you come on?
Make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich. Make me rich. Make me rich.
I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free. God knows I want to break free. I've fallen in love.
Break free to Digicel. Enjoy the most affordable plans in the country with free 4G data. Digicel's new combo plans start at $89. You can now have it all when you go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls. Match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
Wherever you go, stay connected to home with Digicel. Prepaid customers simply text Roam On to 777 to call and text while away and receive text for free. While our new combo plan customers can call, text, or surf simply by stopping into any PTL office before they leave. Live more with Digicel.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
The government of Belize announces the launch of its Summer Sports Program 2015, funded by PetroCaribe. $500,000 from PetroCaribe funds have been earmarked to provide financial assistance to existing summer sporting camps that have been operating for at least 3 years. The government recognizes and salutes all individuals, groups, and organizations that have been sponsoring summer camps for years. This summer, the focus will be on sporting programs and all All qualified bodies are invited to apply. For more information, download the complete sponsorship application guide from the Government Press Office Facebook page or pick up an application from the National Sports Council office in Belize City or request an emailed copy by sending email to nscbel@btl.net. Transforming lives through sports. A government for all. The transformation continues as the government of Belize is now embarking on a massive rollout of Petro-Caribe funds to rural communities countrywide. Contracts have been signed for works to commence in several villages in the coming weeks, and that is just the beginning.
Petro-Caribe is coming to Trial Farm and Ladyville and San Narciso and Bella Vista and Socots and Independence and Esperanza and Bullet Tree and Carmelita, and it will not stop until every village constituency in the entire country would have received its fair share of Petro-Caribe.
Transforming lives, transforming Belize, a government for all.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Bebin Pampers. Bebin Pampers in all sizes. Bebin Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
Belize's economy has performed phenomenally well in the first quarter of 2015, posting a 7% growth in GDP, largely due to the government of Belize's intervention in the citrus and fishing industry, and the GOB's hallmark National Infrastructure Project. Tourism has also seen a sharp increase. The inflation rate continues to fall and remains lower than every country in Central America and the Caribbean. The prices of staple food products continue to drop, making life much more affordable for Belizeans countrywide. Transforming lives, transforming Belize, a government for all.
They say winning isn't everything. They say big man can't jump. They say there's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But let me tell you something. Winning is the way. Winning can change your life. Winning makes all the difference. But you gotta play the game to win the game. The Make Me Rich Lotto Games. Buy your tickets today.
Wow, Junior, you nearly time to go buy me number. How we go to shop to buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, time to go, you know. Hurry go buy me number. Boy, Junior, you see that nearly time? Hurry go to the store go buy me number. Junior.
You want me to go buy number for you again? why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? You can play using text messages per your phone and you have to left the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this last time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make me rich, show the command. I don't buy me numbers, boy. Boy, will you come on?
This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
The government of Belize announces the launch of its Summer Sports Program 2015, funded by PetroCaribe. $500,000 from PetroCaribe funds have been earmarked to provide financial assistance to existing summer sporting camps that have been operating for at least 3 years. The government recognizes and salutes all individuals, groups, and organizations that have been sponsoring summer camps for years. This summer, the focus will be on sporting programs, and all qualified bodies are invited to apply. For more information, download the complete sponsorship application guide from the Government Press Office Facebook page, or pick up an application from the National Sports Council office in Belize City, or request an emailed copy by sending email to nscbel@btl.net. Transforming lives through sports. A government for all.
I want to break free.
Advocacy.
How this protocol operate? We know you have CERDA, we have SCPC, we have SICB. Who follow who?
Well, Dylan, pleasant good morning to you, Emmanuel, and to the Belizean population who are listening and watching us. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it feels to be at home, I must say, on my part.
Yeah.
But most important is the fact that we are here to bring forth very important information as it is. And for me, as the chair of the Sugar Industry Control Board, which is the umbrella organization, the regulatory body of the sugar industry, it's always a pleasure to be along with Mr. Jose Novello, who manages the Sugarcane and Production Committee, and Mr. Marcos Osorio, who also is responsible for SIRDI. So I must say that these two gentlemen are well versed in their respective area of responsibility. So we work as a team. We work as a team, I must say. We dialogue, we communicate, and at the end of the day, everything that we put out there and we do is for the benefit of the industry. I want to signal out that the term industry is paramount in the organization, the Sugar Industry Control Board. That is what we are here for, to do whatever is in the best interest of the industry. You all know that in the north, here in Corozal and Orinjuak, we talk, we sleep, we do everything directly or indirectly has to do with the sugar industry. So I must say that we work together, each gentleman with their respective responsibility in their organization, to bring forth that idea of fostering the benefits for all as it relates to the sugar industry.
We can understand that much. You need to work together. But where does the buck stop?
Well, I must say that the buck stops at the SICB, because the SICB is the regulatory body mandated in the Sugar Industry Act, and therefore everything that we do at the end of the day will have an impact on the industry. Therefore, we have that mandate to deal with situations that arise at that level. I must say that the time has called for many incidents that can be dealt with at the organizational level, both at ACPC and at SIRDI. But I must say that the times have also called for situations to be looked at by the Sugar Industry Control Board.
Wonderful. Mr. Novello, probably you could we heard it before, but there's nothing better than when you have good information being repeated so people can hear. What's the role of the SCPC?
Dylan, good morning. And good morning to all the radio listeners and TV viewers. The SCPC's role is to basically coordinate all that is production, harvesting, and delivery of cane to the factory. There's a fundamental role that the Sugarcane Production Committee plays, and that is the preparation of the cane farmers register. That register is the official document that will indicate the basic quotas, the BRQs, the basic reference quotas of each cane farmer. And that is on the basis of the cane that is believed to be in the fields. Another important role is that of assigning delivery quotas to the various reaping groups that we have in the industry. And that for now includes all the production from the 3 sugarcane associations, as well as the production from BSI, who is also an independent farmer. What is also important now is that and is official as of January, is that the SCPC also plays a role in determining quality, a role that was in the past performed by the Sugarcane Quality Control Authority, the SCQCA, that was to a large extent disbanded after the core sampler, if we can call it fiasco, because it never did serve that purpose. And indeed, the core sampler was a very effective tool to measure quality. The other important role is that it is the SCPC that manages or coordinates all the test groups that deliver cane to BSI. So those are some of the core functions of the SCPC.
Is the testing done at the fields or is it done at the point of delivery?
Testing can be done at the fields. The SCPC does not do testing in the fields, except on a request basis. Most of the testing is done at the factory.
At the point of delivery, okay.
Yeah.
So, again, in layman terms, one of the responsibilities of the SCPC is to distribute quotas.
That's one of the main responsibilities, is to assign the production estimate, assign the quotas. And the way that the SCPC has done it traditionally over the past 3-4 years is that it takes what the farmer delivers during a particular crop, let's say la última zafra, and it adds to that whatever cane is verified that the farmer has planted that will be ready for harvesting at the next crop. And so the sum of those two figures was basically what constituted the production estimate for that individual farm.
So that will decide if you get an increase in quota.
Yes. Now,
for next crop.
Yeah. Now I say that that system used to work when the cane farmers were unable to provide the amount of cane that BSI was requesting. But now we have a different scenario in that we think that there's more cane in the fields
than what
BSI can grind.
Okay.
And so it is time to revisit
that system,
that particular formula of how we arrive at the production estimate.
Does it begin to hint at the fact that the initial estimate, I think that it was announced in January, where the production was estimated at about 1.45 million tons.
Hold that thought there, man. We don't want to get too carried away because we want to give me some sort of opportunity.
Yes, I understand.
We are come back to that though. Very important.
I was explaining the methodology of how we arrive at the production estimate.
Right.
So once we arrive at that estimate, then it is recommended that that is what will be used to establish the cane farmers register.
Okay.
And as I said earlier, the register is that document which has the amount of cane that each farmer will be allowed to deliver.
Okay.
Now, later we can talk about the weaknesses of the system.
Well, definitely. Mr. Osorio, Sirdi, what's Sirdi's role in the sugarcane industry?
Well, good morning, radio listeners and TV viewers. Good morning, cane farmers and all those in the sugar industry. Well, Sirdi's role as mandated in the Sugar Act of 2001 is for research and developmental programs. Primarily, in a summary way, Sirdi is the technical arm of the sugar industry of Belize. We have 4 core programs in which we where our activities evolve, having to do one with extension services and technology transfer. Through this unit or department, we provide technical support to farmers, we provide training, capacity building, and support to any of the bodies of any other of the bodies. Then we have a support services division, which is primarily having to do with equipment or mechanization of land, for example, land preparation activities, field maintenance, where we are introducing new technologies, well, maybe not new technology, but technologies that have been validated elsewhere. And we have done trials here in Belize with those technologies, and today farmers are adopting those technologies, which are proving to impact positively in production and yields. Then we have, in the same area of agriculture, services, we also have, or we initiated as agreed by industry stakeholders, to initiate a seed production program, which has to do, or to complement the replanting program, which has been identified as a major weakness in industry in terms of productivity and more so efficiency in production. While since 2006 and even earlier, there had been the need, and industry had identified that there is an urgent need to engage in a serious or a massive replanting program to improve productivity. That has had several challenges, and then come 2006, 2007, there was funding through the European Union accompanying measures for sugar, where funds were allocated to provide credit to farmers to make monies available at a cheaper cost. But at the same time, if we were replanting, and we were replanting with what farmers usually have out there in terms of planting material, that was not impacting as much as it should be. So in that respect, then industry decided to engage in a seed production program that would complement the replanting program, which CIRDE also has engaged in establishing the seed production system through the support services.
So basically, CIRDE is there, aside from research, but to offer these kinds of assistance to farmers.
That's correct.
So in other words, how to produce better cane.
That's correct.
How to produce more cane by acres, quality cane and stuff like that.
Yes.
Increase efficiency.
The efficiency of the industry. Then we have, like in any organization, we have the administrative and management division, but then we have the other bigger unit, which is the monitoring and coordination unit. That has to do with, I think you all have heard the acronym SIMIS, which is the Sugar Industry Management Information System, which is presently under development. And through the SIMIS, the industry would, once this is completed, the industry would be in a better position to make better decisions, and also this will come to assist the SCPC in arriving at the production estimates, where we anticipate that the production estimates would be more accurate, or basically a tool where information available will guide in terms of arriving at those at the production estimate of any particular crop, and even beyond that for every cane farmer. But with this system, we're developing two important databases. One that has to do with the cane farmer register, which again is the SCPC's role. But today we have launched a farmer ID system. We are presently on that campaign of issuing the cane farmer ID. And also we are engaged in the data collection, which is verifying each cane parcel of land, every cane parcel of land, and collecting important data that is required
So
to
the
build the
GPS
system.
reading
That's
and-
right. The acres, the
Type of
variety,
cane.
the age of the field, of the cane, etc. Once that is completed, our target is to complete that exercise by the end of this month. We're facing some challenges. If in any case it may cause a delay, it would not be a delay that. So, but the information system, when completed presently, we had done an exercise of digitizing the cane parcel layer with the support of a satellite image. That gave us a number of acres based on what we think through a computer and the support of the satellite image, demarcating all those parcels that look like cane. So presently we are doing the groundwork where we are verifying each parcel that we had demarcated if indeed it is cane or it is something else. But from that exercise, we arrived at 77,000 plus minus acres, which industry was like, we have been saying 60,000 acres for many years. But we are verifying that process at this time. When this exercise is completed, we will have the true acreage of land in cane production, which as we see it, it may very well be not less than 70,000 acres of land in cane production.
Well, lovely. That sounds like big things that happen there.
Yeah.
We want to take a commercial break and then come back. We have a little bit more. Want to kind of get in the meat or something else when we come back where this revision was concerned. Let's go to that commercial break.
I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free. God knows I want to break free. I've fallen in love.
Break free to Digicel. Enjoy the most affordable plans in the country with free 4G data. Digicel's new combo plans start at $89. You can now have it all when you go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls, match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make McMirich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the McMirich Game Show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me.
Hi, my name is Narelle Melgar. I am 32 years old. I am a single mother of 2 boys and presently living here in Orange Walk. I am working right now for the transformation project here in Orange Walk. I am traffic warden. I divert traffic, deal with what all the traffic has to do on work site. I enjoy my job. Before I got the job, I sleep at night worrying what will I do in the morning. How will I do to pay this when water bill come, light bills come, school fees come, kids need to go to school. How will you provide for that? But now that I have my job, I have the satisfaction that I will provide for my home. During weekdays, it's to go to work. It's very, it's a rush. But it gives me that satisfaction that when I reach mom's home and kids eating, my dad's eating. My son loves football. He's in a team, and I had the opportunity to buy his boots this week, and it made me feel so proud that I work hard. And it assists me on a daily basis for my son's college. My dad has like 15 years sick, and then he needs medication to keep him going every day. And I am the one that provides, and that how that makes me feel? Like, my gosh, and I am happy to do it. Sometimes when I reach home tired, and they see how hard I'm working. Like a single mother, and how the way I'm struggling for them, working hard, and it makes them proud of me that I'm there and that I can do it, and the opportunity that I'm working out there.
Vaya bien.
Dios te bendiga. Later. 5 years from now, I can say I was a part of this. I was here giving my little to this project. I'm grateful and thankful for this transformation that I've got in my life. My name is Narelle Melgar, and my life has been transformed.
Wherever you go, stay connected to home with Digicel. Prepaid customers simply text Roam On to 777 to call and text while away and receive text for free. While our new combo plan customers can call, text, or surf simply by stopping into any BTL office before they leave. Live more with Digicel.
Get more, do more, love more, live more with Digicel.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and we continue with our discussion here with Mr. Novello from SICP, Mr. Marcos Osoro from Siri, and Mr. Martinez from SICB. So much S in anything there.
Sugar.
Sugar, I'm careful about the S. All right. We were mentioned earlier the buck stopped at SICB, so maybe I could ask Mr. Martinez this question. What what happened with the revision? We understand the revision, the deputy was here and he cleared up some points saying the revision that you all did the survey then, which all partners was involved, had to do with who have cane, who no got quota, who have quota, and who no have cane, to kind of balance up the equation across the board. But for some reason, one mixed message gone out, and then we hear the cane farmers start to rile up, that they want to take away some of the quota from them. And then like I get an example from one cane farmer saying, listen, my group, they don't reach me yet, my reaping group. They haven't reached my cane field yet. They are coming. I know a small farm, I have 300 tons. And then don't inform me that they are strip 100 or 125 for me because I can't deliver all when I don't get opportunity to deliver none yet. Now, basically what comes out of this now is that the general sentiment that with the take away for tons, quota, if you give the bigger farmer, that's our problem. How we reach that?
Well, Delon, I have to tell the public that the sugar industry is very dynamic. What I mean by that is that the farmers are well aware of things happening around them because they have communication within themselves. And fortunately or unfortunately, many times conclusions are carried on, and what happens after that is that everybody has their own way of interpreting situations. But that is the dynamics of the sugar industry. I must say that there was an ACPC meeting, which Mr. Novello I think will explain in details in a while. And the information that was presented, the members of the ACPC in the majority accepted at that time to adopt the productivity survey as was presented by CIRDI. And after that meeting, everyone started to make their own conclusions, and certainly what you mentioned was one of the topics surrounding the farmers. We when I say we, the SICB, being the parent body of this umbrella organization, we thought that this issue is one that impacts largely on the sugar industry, and hence we called an SICB meeting to take another look at the situation, because we thought that at this time we would want a smooth ending of the sugar cane crop 2015.
Right.
And listening to the various stakeholders, we thought it was very important to have a SICB meeting. There and then, this issue was voted to be put on a hold. On a hold. And I guess that was a good idea to a large extent, because the various associations needed more time to
understand
go
the
over,
state.
to analyze, and to properly conclude as to the way forward.
Yeah.
So that is where it got up to this time. I must say that tomorrow the SICB is meeting again to consider once more the report as presented by CIRDI, and I don't want to
Go ahead, get ahead of
go ahead and say what will happen because I respect the board, but I must say that they have had now, the associations now have had enough time to look at the report, and it is our expectation that tomorrow at the meeting they would be in a better position to put the arguments forward.
No, just one question. The SICB is comprised of different stakeholders.
Exactly.
In other words, you have, I imagine, representation from each of the associations.
Yes.
And you also have representation from other entities. Can you
BSI, we have from the
expound a bit?
Ministry of
Okay.
Agriculture. We also have independent members.
Independent members. So
Right.
this is going to be discussed at that level.
Exactly.
Okay. And obviously you don't want to preempt anything because it would be premature.
Indeed.
Obviously, I understand that. I understand.
But I must
and
say-
irresponsible. And irresponsible.
But I must say that it was agreed, it was put on the table at the last SICB meeting that the concept, the idea, the concept behind the productivity survey carried on by CIRDE is one that will be looked at carefully. However, they also agreed that they would want to see the completed survey.
So it's not really.
Which I understand CIRDE will do some verifications
Okay.
and come up with what would be a completed package as it relates to the productivity.
So the review, is
survey.
that really finished per se?
I understand some verification needs to be
Some
done
further
in order
verification.
to come up with more comprehensive productivity survey. At that time, of course, we will look at it again because it is my understanding from stakeholders that based on what is their agreement and what is the way forward, at the end of the day, I think it's rather sooner than later that certain measures will have to be taken based on the fact that milling capacity, as we know,
That's exactly
has
what I was
reached to a
getting at.
point.
Okay.
And on the other hand, the production out there seems to be more than the capacity.
That-
So we have to look at it very seriously, comprehensively, and I guess the associations, along with the membership, are indeed knowledgeable of the situation. And as I say, tomorrow we expect that they come up with their position. They are more comprehensive after taking more time to properly analyze the document.
CIRDE's role was to get out there and literally do the groundwork. Like we mentioned earlier, when the deputy was here, he said his exercise was to find out who have cane, who don't have quota, who have quota, who don't have cane. So it could be one fair playing level. Is that what it was all about?
It was not that. And I think, well, at the end of the day, it's about, and I think you said it, Dylan, earlier, about how the information goes out. The productivity survey is an exercise where you take a sample, and you implement your methodology to arrive at average per areas, per zones, per locations. So you are not sampling, a sample is representative, should be representative of the area. Like we usually go through or participated, for example, in the Statistical Institute of Belize surveys. They don't sample everybody.
Obviously, it would be
They
tedious.
just take a sample, which then they extrapolate to arrive at the national figures and so on. So what we did in terms of the productivity survey is basically what is the yields per acre of every or the different areas. So there was, let's say in this area we have, let's say 100 farmers. The sample, if we're saying we're working with a sample of 10% of the area, then we would have taken 10 samples which are done at random, and then those 10 sites are, we implement the methodology, and then you use that to average that area, or that 100 that represent the area. The other part is the cane parcel data set, or the information system, where what we are doing, that is what, and I think there's where the little mistake or the misinformation is, in that the productivity survey is not intended to collect data of each and every cane parcel, of each and every farmer. Okay, and I see your expression, Dylan, you're already confused. It is.
So it was not personal?
No.
That's
exactly.
what you mean. It was not personal.
Exactly, it's a sample. The other part, which is what I mentioned earlier about that we are building two databases, one which is the farmer database, and the other one which is the cane parcel database, which is Mr. Gabriel Martinez, as a cane farmer, he may have 10 parcels of cane with different areas, of course, in different areas. The ground verification exercise we are presently doing, that I said we intend to complete by the end of this month, will have verified the 10 parcels of Mr. Gabriel Martinez, the 20 parcels of Dillon, each and every parcel that you have with cane, the 20 parcels of Mr. Novello, with area, variety, age of the field, last date harvested, etc. When that is completed, then we should have the 100%, which represents each and every cane parcel of land. Okay? Then when that is complete, then we will say, okay, Mr. Gabriel Martinez, he has been claiming that he has, in his totaling his 10 parcels, 100 acres. Mr. Gabriel Martinez, all he have is 90 acres. Maybe in your case, you say, you know what, my 20 parcels is 200 acres. After all this exercise of measuring and so on, we arrived at your your area is 200 acres, to say something, you know. And then, what was your delivery of in the last crop, which would be, this would be the last crop. And if you had any cane left in field after the crop is over, then we would go back and take that information, and then we will say, Mr. Dillon delivered 1,000 tons, but he also have 2 parcels that were not harvested, and the 2 parcels are estimated at 100 tons, so Mr. Dillon's production estimate is 1,100 tons of cane. Now, the interesting part here comes where Mr. Martinez there, he delivered 2,000 tons of cane.
And he got more quota.
All right, delivered 2,000 tons of cane, but Mr. Martinez could only prove to have, from the ground verification exercise, that he only have 20 acres of land that he is farming with cane, which is producing him, to say a number, 300 tons. So from where Mr. Martinez got 1,700 tons of cane. The system, as we go forward, will start pinning those farmers, and will start to make a fair distribution.
Well, you said,
what you value is what you get.
You said the correct word there, because all right now it boils right down to the same thing: who got cane, or who no got quota, who got quota, who no got cane. With what you were explaining there, I could understand clearly was the process of how you reach to that decision there on should we take off the extra 200 when he no have, when he can't full, because we're not guesstimating, we're telling you that we went out there, we did a survey on his field, and listen man, this last crop the man deliver 1,000 ton, but yet he have 1,500 quota. So we you know have the land for plant the next 5, you know that next 5 now exists under his fields. So the word there now is fair distribution, because I understand like like Progressive right now have a goal set whereby they want to jump most of the small farmers or all of the small farmers who is only at 75 tons, sorry, to at least 200. But now the news gone out there, we see on the news that only the small farmer is in danger of suffering this thing because, for example, ASR allegedly get 10,000 quota more from SICB, CPC, and this is what grab people concerned because the way it's set up, the way it looked like it's set up, like it designed to eliminate the small man. How we deal with that?
Well, exactly that.
So the word is fair distribution.
It's a fair distribution. What you have in production, you should be given a fair opportunity to deliver. That's the bottom line of all of this.
Because we all know. I can't prove it for a fact because I know you never do no papers, but we know of a lot of people allegedly out there who has some cane, but they have big quota. For example, people talk about some of these Indian merchants who is in the cane field and don't have cane. Some of these politicians who is in the cane business, they have some cane, but they don't have the full quota. I know taxi man when don't have cane field, and when time for collect, they go collect because they have quota. How we deal with that?
Well, there's the other part, which is,
I mean, it's business. I mean, you know, if somebody come to you and say, listen, I want to sell you my quota, and then you could buy from Gabriel at half price and sell it. I mean, a business, but is it fair to all concerned, all parties?
Yeah. The other part there is that there are also farmers that are producing cane and are not registered. The exercise, the ground verification exercise will bring out all of that.
It's a good thing.
Of course.
It's a good thing.
Because we find that there are farmers that are producing cane, and not today, for years, but they have had to sell that cane every year because they have not been able to make it to registration for several reasons. So at the end of the day, even the deliveries of sugarcane, once the system is completed and we have it functional, will or should be able to ensure that every cane farmer deliver their production, especially, for example, in a harvest season the harvest season of today, where we still have, just yesterday morning I had a visit from a farmer who was telling me, in my harvesting group, of I think 12 farmers, 4 of us are still at 0 delivery. The leader and a few more of the group have delivered 100%.
Yeah.
I'm still at 0, and then I was told, go burn tomorrow.
And then get delivered.
When by midday tomorrow the rain came down, say how I burn, and you know what will happen? Your turn is gone. Yeah. You lost your turn. So what will happen going forward? So with the system will serve as a tool to help SCPC in terms of the monitoring and ensuring that if the harvest season will only allow 80% of the production to be delivered, that the 80% is delivered from each and every cane farmer, not 100% or 110% and the 10%. Because that is what, at the end of the day, yes, it's a business, the harvesting of sugarcane, the harvest group leaders.
But it's not fair.
It's a business, but I think
fair play.
The fairness is not there, and more so, I think the information system will also identify all those areas that are lowlands, which we know, okay, those lands that are low, and once rains are here, you are not able to harvest that cane, need to be harvested any time between March and April. And the system should be able to pin and assist the harvest group leader, or even provide a certain level of authority in saying, you need to go and harvest these fields now. The system will assist in helping the harvest groups to plan their harvesting, to set up their harvesting plans, which should be able to assist and benefit each and every farmer.
Okay, granted. We understand that the whole review was meant to pinpoint and identify the inadequacies of the whole process.
Designed to
okay?
deliver fair play
Right.
to all.
But do you think that some sort of revision was necessary due to the fact that perhaps, like as mentioned earlier, some sort of revision was necessary in terms of the actual quota of 1.45 million, when at the end of the day we knew that the factory only had capacity for $1.3 million. 1.3 million tons, I'm sorry.
I will try to answer it. I think Jose might want to answer it, but Jose, if you prefer to do that.
Voy a contestar esto en español.
No problema.
Sí. Te lo invito a que lo hagas.
La estimación que hizo el SCPC sigue en pie. El 1.450.000 para redondearlo. Ahora, había un acuerdo interno de que, basado en que el ingenio solo podía moler como 1.3, de que los líderes de grupo voluntariamente estaban diciendo de que iban a tratar de que cada cañero entregue el 80%.
Y conscientes de ello.
Y conscientes de ello. ¿Ok? Ahora, lo que ha sido el factor más importante de por qué nos encontramos en este estado es porque la zafra inició tarde. Y eso es responsabilidad tanto de BSI como de la entonces Asociación Cañera de Belice. Porque si no hubiera habido atraso, pasaría lo que tradicionalmente pasa, que el cañero que ya no tiene caña ya no puede seguir entregando, y el que tiene caña se le va favoreciendo que entregue esa caña. De una sucursal que ya no tenga caña, se van moviendo a los que tienen caña. Ahora, uno de los problemas o de las limitaciones de ese sistema, como se pudo apreciar en años anteriores, por no haber buenos controles, es que caña tierna empieza a ser entregada al ingenio. Y esa caña tierna afecta lo que es la calidad.
The ratio.
Y aquí es donde también Marcos y nosotros nos referimos a qué es justo y qué no es justo. Es justo que aquel cañero que tiene caña madura entregue esa caña. Y el que no tiene, pues, que se aguante para el año siguiente, porque para el año siguiente esa caña va a estar en mejor condición para ser cosechada. Y en la manera que habíamos estado trabajando, la asignación de estimaciones no afectaba porque se te da lo que entregaste y lo que tienes listo para entregar. Ahora, si hay 1.3 o si hay 1.4 o si hay 1.6, a este estado es inmaterial. ¿Y por qué? Porque básicamente todo cañero, y Marcos hace poco mencionó del grupo que aún hay gente que no ha entregado una barra de caña. Y estamos seguros que esa gente tiene caña madura. Tiene caña madura. También es importante decir que uno de las limitantes que tenemos en el sistema es que hay líderes de grupo, de cosecha, que toman ventaja del resto de miembros de su grupo.
And there's basically nothing you can do about that.
Sí. Sí,
Okay.
se puede. Y eso es lo que va a suceder con el sistema de CIMIS.
Come on board.
Y que el SCPC puede decir, una vez que tú ya entregaste tu cantidad, ya no puedes seguir entregando más. Pero esto necesita la colaboración de todos. Así que la tecnología está bien, está buena.
But you see, from what I am foreseeing here, where the problem will come in, let's say Emmanuel is a small farmer, 300 tons, and we all agree that you want to deliver 80% of what you have. First thing Emmanuel will do is jump up and say, how you are compare Miley 300 ton to this the big farmer down the road, they have 10,000 acres.
And especially if I have made a loan at the bank.
Exactly. How we balance that?
Yo creo que sí se va a poder balancear. No va a ser fácil y nunca va a ser un sistema que todo va a estar funcionando muy bien.
Expectativa.
Porque son humanos que lo manejan. Y el cañero es humano.
Well, at the end of the day, the money we only lose because I only could deliver so much comparing to the bigger farmer. Listen to me, boss. Majority of the people don't want to hear that, because they can't carry that note there to the bank. They have to pay a loan. So we look for a serious problem ahead of we are. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong, but that's the way I see it.
And that's why a comprehensive or the comprehensive censuses that need to be done every 3 years is what is about to be completed.
Because in a sense that, like, as a cane farmer, within the next 5 years, I could say, where do I want to be? Will I be a bigger farmer? Or will I need to cut down what I'm doing just to stay within the limits of what I am allowed to deliver?
But Dylan, that is where now we are working on a strategic development plan for the industry. Because as it is right now, there's no room for expansion in terms of volume of cane. There's room for productivity improvements. Because BSI still has to
do their part.
In terms of the expansion, but they won't do the expansion on their own.
Exactly.
Certain elements have to be in place for them to do that investment. So we are now at a stage where indeed the more information we have, the better decisions we can make in the
José, ¿tú
industry.
crees que la gente al final del día está consciente de que existe la posibilidad de que mucha caña se les quede en el cañal?
Sí. Si usáramos, por ejemplo, la información de CIRDE y lo redondeamos, que hay 1.3 millones de toneladas. Hasta el 2 de junio, solo habíamos molido 915,000 toneladas. Pongamos 916,000. 1.3. Hagamos la matemática. Y digamos que solo tenemos hasta final de junio
26 días más.
de zafra.
Y poniendo que molemos tanto por semana,
Sí,
entonces
50,000
siempre aún no
a la
llegamos.
semana por 4, 200,000. De todas maneras nos queda caña, por eso digo, no importa, nos va a quedar caña en el campo.
¿Puedes tú decir que esto es a raíz, parte por el retraso en la apertura de la zafra?
Ese es un factor bien grande en ello. Es un factor bien importante.
Porque si hubiéramos tenido más tiempo, empezamos más antes, pues obviamente tenemos más tiempo, lógicamente, para poder entregar nuestra caña.
Well, I think one of the things what the farmers have to accept when Mr. Joseph from the beginning, that possibly they would have still been keen in the fields have we started at the right time. But because of the delay in the crop season being opening, you just stay with more cane. Everybody's at a loss. Am I right? Everybody's at a loss.
Todos van a perder.
And so
Todos
much
van
more,
a perder dinero porque se va a quedar caña en el campo y hay cañeros que obviamente van a perder más porque tienen más.
¿Qué es la capacidad? What is the milling capacity for the Tower Hill factory right now? In other words, lo que más puede hacer.
BSI hace poco nos dijo que es de 1.5 a 1.3 millones de toneladas métricas. Eso es su capacidad del ingenio. Porque tampoco pueden moler mucho más porque tienen que cuidar su equipo.
Y tienen que tener tiempo para mantenimiento del
We will take a commercial break. Very interesting. I want to apologize to the people who are calling and not getting in at the moment, but we really need to get this information out. And while we would like to hear from you all, we will ask you to just hold that thought there for a little while. Let's take that break.
Wow, Junior, now nearly time to go buy me number. How we go to shop to buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, I'm the guy, you know. Hurry go buy me number. Boy, Junior, you see that nearly time? Hurry go to the store go buy me number. Junior.
You want me to go buy number for you again? Why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? If you play using text messages per your phone, and you have to leave the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this long time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make me rich show the command. I don't tell me numbers, boy. Boy. Come on.
This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
The government of Belize announces the launch of its Summer Sports Program 2015, funded by PetroCaribe. $500,000 from PetroCaribe funds have been earmarked to provide financial assistance to existing summer sporting camps that have been operating for at least 3 years. The government recognizes and salutes all individuals, groups, and organizations that have been sponsoring summer camps for years. This summer, the focus will be on sporting programs, and all qualified bodies are invited to apply. For more information, download the complete sponsorship application guide from the Government Press Office Facebook page, or pick up an application from the National Sports Council office in Belize City, or request an emailed copy by sending email to nscbel@btl.net. Transforming lives through sports. A government for all.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
You know your baby is happy when wearing Bebin Pampers. Bebin Pampers in all sizes. Bebin Pampers make your baby happy. Available at German Vega and Sons.
Buster. They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and the digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls, match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me.
Belize's economy has performed phenomenally well in the first quarter of 2015, posting a 7% growth in GDP, largely due to the government of Belize's intervention in the citrus and fishing industry, and the GOB's hallmark National Infrastructure Project. Tourism has also seen a sharp increase. The inflation rate continues to fall and remains lower than every country in Central America and the Caribbean. The prices of staple food products continue to drop, making life much more affordable for Belizeans countrywide. Transforming lives, transforming Belize, a government for all.
They say winning isn't everything. They say big man can't jump. They say there's not a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But let me tell you something. Winning is the way. Winning can change your life. Winning makes all the difference. But you gotta play the game to win the game. The Make Me Rich Lotto Games. Buy your tickets today.
To discuss with these gentlemen about the sugarcane industry. Very interesting. We're learning a lot today on where we're heading, no? What tomorrow could look like, and what it may
Problems
bring.
are not meant to be for us to remain stuck and to dwell on them, but to find a way out of the problems and to be able to chart the future with a lot of security, with a lot of confidence. Así que, pues todo esto está en orden, ¿verdad? I mean, que tenemos que obviamente encontrar, y por eso es bueno tener este tipo de foro para poder educar a la gente y poder informar a la gente, porque pues hay necesidad que si tienes un problema, pues hay que buscar formas como confrontar esto y cómo buscarles soluciones. Soluciones es lo importante.
See, what happened is that time and time again, myself, I would get information because I know everything I hear, I believe, but some people do find me to share and express their interest. And we are here listening, and we're knowing now that first thing we tell the farmers, you need to plant more cane. That's what the farmers have been told. Now with the here, we have too much cane. That's what we hear now. But is it true, because you all should know, that we're telling the farmers not to slow down, but BSI still plant more cane?
Is BSI still planting more cane?
I think that all farmers are planting cane.
we have to BSI the plant more cane. How we know all farmers the plant, but BSI is single-handed the biggest cane farmers in the industry.
Yeah, they have roughly 10% of the cane, and obviously of the.
You see, and this is where the fright come in, because the small man they think if he plant more cane, he put in the cane preference over my one.
And that is why we have the sugarcane production committee.
I mean, you can't stop people from plant cane, right?
And that is why we are supporting CIRDI with respect to the data that needs to be gathered under the CIMIS. Because we have always been of the opinion that the farmer should be the person delivering cane to the factory. Her own cane, rather than having to be trading that cane. That has always been our position. Earlier,
maximum benefit to the cane farmer.
Yeah, earlier I was saying that I was going to pinpoint some of the limitations that we at the SCPC had in terms of arriving at the estimate. And one of those is that we were also using averages. What would be the average production for, say, plant cane? What would be the average production of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year Shabiz or ratoons? And we used to apply those averages to what was verified.
But the method of a change now.
And we have always wanted to go to that level of precision where we can say, okay, your farm is yielding, say, 13 tons per acre. So your estimate should reflect what you have in the field. And those farmers who don't pay much attention to their cane fields, that are probably yielding 6 tons to the acre, then apply them 6 tons. But I think that we also have to take this discussion to another level. And that is one of efficiency, of being competitive in the market, in the sugar market. And while we have said there's enough cane, we can qualify that there is not enough cane being produced at efficient levels, at efficient cost of production, because we have to lower our cost of production. Instead of harvesting 6 tons to the acre, instead of harvesting 18 tons to the acre, we should be at a minimum of 30 tons. Every element of production is showing us that we can achieve those levels of production.
Perfect. But then you see you're talking about efficiency now and producing more per acre where CIRDI comes in. But make a paint a scenario. Cane farmer come to CIRDI give all the technical advice, show how to produce more cane per acre. But go to the bank, make one loan, invest the money, things look good. Then you find they produce more than the quota we have, which is, just for argument's sake, 500, but they only could deliver so much, and then you stay with the rest. Can't go back to CIRDI, can't go see Joe and tell her, you want to buy me cane or how I want to pay me loan. You stay with the cane and you stay loan. Yes, it's good because you produce better cane, but you have more cane but you can't deliver. Because now you gone from 250 to 500 and the quota is only 250. How you deal with that?
The industry has to be rationalized. Has to be rationalized. And everybody that has a stake in it, that has in it, will have to come on board. And that's why even the banks are being engaged at this point in time. Because most farmers have their financial needs provided by the banks.
A lending institution.
Exactly.
Right.
So the industry has to be rationalized, and this rationalization will take place with everybody on board.
All partners.
All parties have to come to
Well,
the table.
clearly we could see that at the road where they try, that at the end result where they try get, so you have a smooth operation. But I just, I mean, I don't want to be the bad one in the bunch, but I just, they recognize these scenarios as they go along, because this is what farmers are facing.
It's real.
It's real. It's realistic. For example, I want to ask this question, I don't know which one of the gentlemen will answer it. From the general sentiment out there among farmers is that only BSI, ASR will benefit from this whole operation. How could we answer them that? I mean, that's the general sentiment.
My response to that, Dylan,
Will they be the one to benefit from it?
my response to that is that the farmers have their people who represent them at the Sugar Industry Control Board,
All levels.
at CIRDI, at the SCPC. So does BSI. So does government. And we all convene at the end of the day at the same table. The business model that we have for sugar cane in the north is one where farmers are basically supplying 90% of the cane to Tower Hill. And BSI supplies about 10% of that cane to Tower Hill. If everybody has their house in order, I can see that being maintained.
But it's a far cry from reality.
No, but it has been maintained over the last 4 years. I cannot really speak about the past. In fact, Marcos may be able to speak more about that than I can. But the reason why BSI is planting cane is because in the past the farmers weren't able to supply the cane. I said I was going to look at the history. But the fact of the matter is that in the beginning, Tate and Lyle was the owner of the factory and owner of the cane fields. Then there came a time to divest. And those cane fields were handed over to cane farmers and workers who used to work at BSI.
Took advantage of that.
And eventually, the farmers dropped the ball for various reasons. And there was a time when BSI had to ask, requested, and was granted permission to plant cane to make up the difference. And so that is what we have on hand now.
So they basically the plant cane for prepare themselves to continue grinding in case they don't have enough. But what we hear now that there's too much cane out there. So while now the advice to farmers is like, calmate, slow down. You know, can't plant now because I stay with it. That would valid advice that they give them, right? But being the head of this whole industry business, then the farmer say, to me start saying, no plant no more cane, but they say you have BSI the plant more cane. Then I say, why BSI the plant more cane? That's my point. And I don't know if it is
Only
anywhere
BSI can answer that.
exactly, because you as CIRDI, you as a CB, and you as SCPC, you can't tell me not to plant no more cane. I plant if I want. Or is there
Yes, you plant at your risk.
Exactly.
Given
Exactly.
that we all now know the capacity of the factory and we know our production.
So you understand why they try to explain, make people understand that it's not time to play a blame game. You know, not because of BSI, because me. We just try to look at the logics out of the whole operation.
Dylan, not to deviate the topic, which is essentially good, and that's the reason why we're here, to put out to the public the facts as they are. But I think it is worthwhile to say that as we speak, there is a strategic development plan being worked out with the input of the stakeholders. And that strategic development plan has been something that has been being said all over the time, but we have put our hands on it firmly and we are moving. I say this because that also is somewhat tied to the commercial agreement that was signed back in January, where a strategic development plan must be done.
That's
within a
I
framework.
presented a booklet
Exactly.
on that already, no?
And so far, we have been meeting every month. There is a steering committee, the Ministry of Agriculture, by extension, the government of Belize, ensure that we move quick on this issue, the strategic development plan. And there are subcommittees that have been formed and who have been diligently having their meetings and reporting, and we are moving as we speak, except that the meeting for the month of May was postponed for a later date. But apart from that, we are moving, and there are committees in, for example, cane services, group dealing specifically with that, harvesting and delivery, finance and factory, and one dealing with productivity. That is to say that we are bringing the stakeholders together and let us talk the issues as they are,
affecting,
and looking at it from a realistic perspective, because as I mentioned before, the dynamics of the industry and the times that we are living call for certain actions to happen, and I would say in the tripartite mood: the government of Belize, the manufacturer, BSI-ASR, and the producers, the cane farmers. So that will bring a lot of information to the table, to the different groups, and at the end of the day, there will be a position, and I hope that's the best way to move on. I think that that is addressing a lot of the burning issues that we face in the industry, because the other phase of this will be moving the dialogue with the stakeholders, the farmers, those involved in the industry, so that everyone has a knowledge of what this strategic development plan is for the industry.
¿Nos puedes adelantar cómo están avanzados en el desarrollo de este development plan? Ya sabemos de que BSI hace unos cuantos meses presentó su white paper.
Let us take this call before you answer that question. Sugar City Morning Show, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, could you please lower the volume on your television, please?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Go ahead, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The whole system relies on this sugar industry is the factory. The capacity of the factory has not been upgraded yet. Why must we have to produce? Why must we have to plant more cane and then the factory cannot grind our cane? This is the problem. The farmers are trying their best. We're trying to do whatever we have to do according to CV. And now, what happened? Cane every year stays in the cane field. The factory is not in the right place. The factory needs to upgrade and to do whatever it has to do to try to grind all the cane that the farmers are producing now. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution, sir. I think Mr. Novello answered that earlier when he mentioned that, let's be realistic. With the behavior of how the system has gone, over the last 2 years for beginning a crop, you have to develop this confidence that ASR want invest the money, kind of not leave it the money with the talk about, for expansion, for know that I want to invest, but we are move forward together. I think that's about it. Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Good morning.
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 I have a question for Mr. Novello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Novello and the minister that is representing the government. Es bien decepcionante de que ustedes ahora nos están parando a nosotros de sembrar caña y que que nosotros nos estemos quedando con la caña en el cañal, cuando nosotros ya hicimos como cañeros nuestra parte. Lo que BSI pedía, caña limpia, caña esto, caña el otro, todos los cañeros hicieron el esfuerzo. ¿A dónde están ustedes que representan el gobierno apoyando a los cañeros? Ustedes más apoyan al BSI. Ustedes apoyan a BSI, ustedes no nos apoyan a nosotros. Y ahorita todos los que estamos consiguiendo la pérdida somos nosotros los cañeros. ¿A quiénes ustedes vinieron primero a decir ahorita? ¿A quiénes están diciendo la caña va a quedar allá? La fábrica solo puede recibir tanto. ¿Por qué ustedes no vinieron con tiempo, hicieron todo ese registro y todo, y decir, cañeros, solo esto puede recibir la fábrica? ¿Por qué decían, siembren más y van a acabar 2 millones?
Gentlemen, Mr. Novello,
Gracias por la pregunta. Puedo contestar responsablemente de esta manera. Nosotros en el SCPC dimos estimaciones. Esas estimaciones siguen en pie. Lamentablemente, ni la Asociación Cañera de Belice en su tiempo, ni BSI pudieron llegar a un acuerdo para tener un contrato sobre la caña. Esto, como bien sabe usted que es cañera, se repitió por segundo año, porque como hemos dicho, o Dillon mencionó, en los pasados 2 años hemos tenido esos atrasos. Si no hubiéramos tenido estos atrasos, estuviéramos, en mi humilde opinión, en una mejor situación, donde más caña se iba a poder moler. Y según el tiempo, posiblemente toda caña se iba a poder moler. Porque a pesar de que BSI habla de 1.25, 1.3 millones, bien sabemos que cuando el tiempo lo permite, extienden. Y al extender se puede, vuelvo a repetir, moler más caña. El gobierno tiene la responsabilidad de asegurarse que todos puedan mantenerse en esta industria. Pero también como un gobierno responsable, tenemos que poder decir que necesitamos ser más eficientes. Es cierto que estamos sembrando más caña. Es bien cierto.
Let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Ajá, yo quisiera hacerle una pregunta a los señores ahí. Dijeron del porcentaje que se están basando. ¿Por qué siguen con ese 80%? nosotros como líderes del grupo ya nos dimos cuenta que de aquí al punto de un mes, que solo podríamos decir lo que falta de la zafra, porque el resto, aunque digan que extiendan, no lo podemos dar de garantizado. ¿Por qué siguen con ese 80%? Hay cañeros que les llegamos a 60, que quieren llevar su cabor, que se les meta los 80. Después, al final de cuentas, ¿quién es el que se termina afectado? El líder del grupo, porque legalmente él es el que debe de aguantar su caña para que los otros pequeños se adelanten. Y al final de cuentas, ¿de quién caña va a quedar parado? Yo eso quisiera preguntar, son números, al igual como la sobreestimación, que con los números inflados, al mismo momento, ese 80% es un número inflado para los cañeros igual, a la hora de entrega. Muchas gracias.
Yo creo que usted mismo se contestó la pregunta cuando mencionó del líder de grupo. Y otra cosa, ustedes en el campo tienen básicamente la misma información que nosotros. Y más bien me atrevería a decir que ustedes tienen aún mejor información que nosotros. Ustedes como cañeros. Bien saben cuánta caña tienen y nuevamente, en mi opinión, deben poder llegar a un acuerdo con el líder del grupo para que todos aquellos que no han entregado caña puedan entregar. Es posible que pueda haber extensión, no sabemos. El tiempo, a partir de ahora, el tiempo es que determina hasta cuándo se va a seguir la zafra. Es el tiempo. Lamentablemente, vuelvo a repetir, la coyuntura de este problema es que arrancamos tarde.
Let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, hello. Hello.
Morning, Mr. Dillon.
Morning.
Morning, everyone that is present here today.
Good morning to
Lo
you.
que yo quisiera decirle a Mr. Novello, él dijo que la zafra se atrasó, pero él no mencionó por qué se atrasó esa zafra. Yo solo quiero que se recuerden que la zafra se atrasó cuando el cañero estuvo peleando esa miseria de 51 centavos. No sé si ustedes deben saber de eso. Si se hubieran unido todos, como dicen, están hablando ya ahorita, eso, y pelear para el cañero que consigan ni siquiera $1. No te iba a haber un atraso de zafra, no iba a haber ni un problema ahorita con eso, que cañero de 80% que está atrasando. No iba a haber ningún problema con nadie que van a hacer juntas el viernes para decirle al cañero si va a haber aumento o les van a quitar las cuotas. ¿Me entiendes? Esta novela, no sé si estoy mal con lo que yo le estoy diciendo, pero yo solo estoy no de mi pensar. Yo le estoy diciendo que esto es una negociación que se debiera hacer antes que oigan que la zafra va a comenzar, para que si no haya ni un retraso de eso que están hablando. Y yo creo que ustedes saben que a cada cañero se les dio un certificado de, vamos a poner que yo tenga 100 toneladas, se les dio ese certificado de 100. Pero para hacer revisiones se debería mandar una persona que no sea de la misma aldea. Porque si se dan cuenta, él por un acre puso 10 toneladas. Y yo pienso que eso no puede trabajar en todos los cañeros. Así que yo pienso que para esta vegada que es la otra zafra, debería hacer una revisión en general. Y no decir de que existir falsos cañeros o esto y el otro, ¿me entienden? Así que yo pienso que hay que trabajar en eso para que haga revisión de terrenos y todo, quién tiene y quién no tiene. Porque muchos solo tienen cuota. No sé si estoy mal como se lo estoy diciendo, pero...
Okay, well said.
¿Me entiende?
Well said.
Muchas gracias.
Well said.
Claro
Well,
que
I think that's what Sirde was explaining earlier. But the question is that, okay, I wouldn't know if you should say they use the word target, but obviously there's a lot of people out there who has quota and they don't got cane. Like in the past, we've learned about our friend Ortega. You know, I mean, I say I don't want to be the bad one of the bunch, but I know like here I say, and they say allegations are that he has more quota than cane planted, but he have machine, he ready for go in your cane field and do what he have to do. Will people, I mean, can we say we're good for the goose and good for the gander too?
A ese es el nivel que queremos llegar, Dylan. Queremos llegar al nivel de poder determinar quién tiene la caña y poder darle a esa persona lo que tiene en el campo para poder entregar a
I mean, that's what the majority of the farmers want to know.
Ahí queremos llegar.
I mean, Marco say fair, you know. I think let's see who's on the line. Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Quiero yo hablar con esos señores que están allá.
Ándale.
Con la llamada.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Please lower the volume on your television, por favor, baja el volumen de tu televisión.
Ok. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Soy de Corozal.
Buenos días.
Yes. Por favor, baja el volumen de tu televisión.
Ahorita.
Yes, please. That's
Porque en vez de escuchar al teléfono, escucha la,
go ahead.
la televisión.
Quiero hablar con ese señor.
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Está aquí, te está escuchando. Sigue.
Quiero hablar con el señor ese que es ex representante. Él sabe de que nosotros, bastante de nosotros conseguimos licencias por causa de la política. Y entonces, yo también conseguí de esa que dieron por medio de las políticas. Y ahora entonces, estoy oyendo ya que está hablando este señor de que van a estar checando que tienen el terreno y que no tienen por parcelas. Yo le quiero decir que yo conseguí por medio de política, tengo mi licencia propia, pero conseguí para mi familia, para mis hijos y hijas. También ellos ahora son cañeros, pero en una parcela que yo tengo, 40.5 acres de propiedad, más tengo 6 parcelas, no está en su nombre de ellos, pero sí tiene caña, y esa caña se está metiendo a través de lo que yo tengo sembrado, por medio de que yo no tengo esa cantidad de licencia que debía yo tener. Es que ahora entonces, y todas esas licencias se van llenando, o se han llenado, lo puede ver el señor ese, que él tiene su labor. Eso él lo puede comprobar. Entonces, ahora, ¿qué va a pasar? En que ahora dicen ustedes que van a poner y van a ver parcela por parcela cuántos acres o cuántas toneladas tienen, cuántos acres tiene esas cosas. ¿Qué va a pasar? Cuando yo los lleve y le diga acá, son 40 acres que ya están cultivados y aquí sale todas esas licencias que se está entregando. ¿Qué van a hacer ahora?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. The answer you off there.
Yo quiero decir antes de que cualquiera de estos compañeros que son más técnicos, obviamente, que yo, pero el señor, primero quiero felicitarlo por ser honesto, muy honesto, de decir la realidad que vive. Exacto.
Claro que sí.
O sea que poca gente
That
así se
thing's messed up,
atreve,
you know.
se atreve a decir eso. Así que primero quiero felicitar al Señor por ser muy honesto. También por recordar que el elemento de la política ha estado allá. O sea, no podemos correr del hecho de que lo que el Señor mencionó, sabemos que existió en el pasado, de la forma como se daba cotas, etc. Sin embargo, los tiempos han cambiado con el acta, ciertas medidas se fueron tomando en consideración y hoy en día pues hay mucho menos manipulación en términos de cotas. Pero yo creo que el Señor hizo una pregunta muy, muy buena y yo creo que, no sé, alguno de mis compañeros quisiera elaborar un poquito más en él.
Tal vez yo solo quiero añadir a la otra parte de su pregunta sobre sus 40 acres que tiene con producción, de donde esa caña que se produce en esa parcela se entrega en todos los miembros de su familia que están registrados como cañeros. En el ejercicio que se está haciendo, se va a necesitar asignar una cantidad de acres a cada uno para que se pueda representar a esa persona con área en producción. Él como el jefe, entonces él va a decir, pues ponle 5 acres a este, ponle 10 a este, que también va a tener que tener cierta relación a la entrega. Pero eso no es un problema, señor, si el terreno no está en su nombre de los otros miembros. Usted es el que maneja y usted es el que va a guiar dónde se asigna, pero al final del día es cuánta producción cuántas toneladas está cosechando de los 40 acres. Y si se distribuyen diferentes nombres, que eso ha sido una práctica. Eso no estamos diciendo que eso se va a eliminar, porque esa es una operación de familia. Y entonces solamente que hay que registrarle unos acres a cada nombre.
Correct. Let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
You're on the show.
Yeah, you're there on the
You are
show.
on the show,
That's
sir.
mine, you drop whole and good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know?
Yeah.
I think them really talk no nonsense because last year, although they start to release the crop, then they got almost a whole month of dry. They can't take the amount of cane, but they start fooling people.
Well, then, I don't mean to come at the defense, but remember that there was still cane in the field from last year. And then it accumulated and we just got more now.
Exactly.
You understand me?
Well, then they tell people that they ain't got the fault because they tell the people plant working and the factory, the town where they sell out, they know they can't, the BSI close on the factory and they never made the rain yet. So that means they can't take it. And they do that years and years in fight back. They say that, oh no, they blame it on the weather, if the weather give. You make sure they have still stop it before because they can't take the amount of they don't got it water.
That's what has been said, you know. All right, thank you, brother.
Maybe I want to say something
Sure,
there.
go ahead.
I think you have some level of truth in what you say, but last year the industry had the golden opportunity to have delivered all the cane in production.
Yes.
Unfortunately, and this goes for everybody, decisions to start the crop and to end the crop is based on the key stakeholders, the mill, the farm organization, the leaders. And last year, there was a change in the end of the crop. There was a change of date. There was an agreement that we will go as far as possible with the objective of ensuring or trying to mill all the cane. Then in the last 2 weeks, we had seen the quality getting worse so rapidly that the farmer side decided and said, you know what, we are losing what we have done for most of the crop. We are losing it in these last 2 weeks. I think we need to stop the harvesting. And then there was a meeting called back to decide we will stop by July 8th. The initial date was at least July 14th. But then they had the farmer side had said we need to stop because quality is getting out of hand because farmers were overburning, and also there was young cane being delivered. So I think at the end of the day, it's an issue of responsibility of each and every farmer
Right.
and everybody, us here as well. So I think if we had maintained good practice in harvesting and ensuring that we're harvesting the mature cane, the quality would have been sustained and improved because we had, I think, the best weather ever coming to the end of the harvest season, and we had at least another month of dry season, which would have been enough, I think, to have milled all the cane that was out there. And that would have been like for the first time. This year, we might be saying we wish we have that opportunity, but we do not control weather. So I think it rests in the shoulders of everybody. The stop of the harvest season last year at July 8th is the responsibility of everybody, especially when there is so much, farmers are desperate, I have not delivered, I need to deliver, and I would set fire on a whole large block, because once I burn it, my group has to harvest it. And that's what got us into that situation, because the quality had started to deteriorate. In 2 weeks, what had been done in the past 25, 26 weeks. So it's an issue of let us act as responsibly as possible. And also, the 2 past crops we had started late. No matter, I don't think we want to discuss who is to be blamed, but we have started late. And today, if we have started at least 6 or 7 weeks earlier, we would have delivered by today at least 1.265 million tons of cane. And we wouldn't have been in this discussing this today.
Right.
But that was the decision,
So
and
the-
that we
the-
all have to be responsible
The thing
for.
is that if you point at somebody, remember, you got 4 fingers to point back for you. Sugar City Morning Show, hello. Yes, good morning.
Solo le quiero decir a Mr. Osorio y a Mr. Martínez y a Mr. Novelo, su trabajo de ellos debe de ser de eso que está hablando Osorio, de controlar la pureza de entrega de caña. Si yo siembro, siendo cañero, siembro mi caña en 10 acres a 100 toneladas, es mi negocio. Yo sé si me da ganancia o no me da ganancia. Estos señores se están metiendo en sus negocios del cañero. Su trabajo de ellos es ver que llegue la caña, la calidad de caña y la cantidad de caña. Solo eso tengo para decir. Para mí que es pura pendejada con ellos.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias por su comentario. Sin embargo,
I have a question. Somebody approached me and I decided I need to ask this question. Is Siri a cane farmer?
I think it's coming a little too late. The question is coming a little too late. Sirdi is registered, because once you're registered, you're a cane farmer. Sirdi is a cane farmer because Sirdi engages in research, engages in trials, engages in training.
But
we're registered on the basis that our training program of Farmer Field School establishes 4 or 6 acres of cane for the purposes of training every year. And the question is what we do with that cane. We're investing to train farmers on best practices.
So you deliver cane to the factory too?
I wouldn't even want to say if we deliver cane to the factory, because it's been very challenging to deliver those 6 acres of cane every year. Why? Because it is the field plots are established strategically in different areas. We would have three different acres in Corozal in different areas, and 3 in Orange Walk. And the time of harvesting, because we have to register with one harvesting group, and in one area with the harvesting group, we registered in Corozal, in a branch in Corozal, but that group leader is not able to come to Orange Walk and harvest our cane. So we have been harvesting that cane, not even delivering it in certain name.
But you have a quota?
Yes.
What is the current quota that you have?
Presently, we have 182 tons. So I think at the end of the day, when we look at 182 tons in a million, 300, you know, because it's for the purposes of research and the training. Because the other question is what we do with the cane if we are producing. For the purposes of training, because the cycle.
Escuela de Campo.
Exactly. The cycle of the Escuela de Campo is to go all the way to harvesting. What we do with the cane? We give it to whom? Or we sell it, and then there comes the other question of if today we announce, or Sirdi would announce, Sirdi has 1,000 tons of cane to sell, you would be surprised that you would have 200 farmers bidding to buy that cane, which tells us the other part of the story. Those that have the production estimate and those that have the cane in production. So I think we're missing the most important part. We're
of
missing
why are you
exactly.
why are you a cane farmer?
Of course. So I believe this is I think it's not fair. And we're talking about fairness. You know, the industry decided for Sirdi to engage in seed production, and it is known from the onset that we've had 2 late start of crop which pose a threat to cane seed that was produced that will not be taken by farmers. because the farmer is today debating himself if he should invest more or not because he will be left with cane in field. What we do with that cane that was planted for cane seed, not taken up as cane seed, it will mature, it will have to end up in the mill. Why will Sirdi not be given the opportunity to put that cane into the mill? Or should Sirdi sell it to a broker, or should Sirdi give it to whom? That's a big question.
Does Sirdi have a need to elevate its quota?
It's not that Sirdi has a need to elevate its quota, but because of the seed production system that we're developing, there will always be the risk that Sirdi will be left with cane that will mature, that will not be taken up as seed. And this happens everywhere, you know. That cane seed may not always be taken up 100% for planting, so you will always have the risk of having some cane that will mature, that you need to, or the other option is let it mature, let it dry out. We will have to come back to the industry and say, I need $5,000 to bush out that cane that dried out, clean it, and fertilize it again. Does that make sense?
Well, you could sell it and put back the money into the field.
Do some cost recovery.
Well, we just needed to ask the question because
it's valid.
Pero hay que hacer una aclaración, Dylan. Sirdi no es cañero. Está registrado, pero no es cañero. Sirdi es un instituto de investigación.
Yes, that's why I asked the question.
Y en el proceso de
Research and development.
En el proceso tiene que cultivar caña también, tiene que desarrollar variedades.
El punto es qué hace con la caña entonces.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see, listen to me. You know how I learn these things? Because, like I tell you, people come up to you and talk to you.
Because they know you're here every day.
Well, exactly. And we are here to, our responsibility is to bring the information to them. That's what we do, to disseminate information. But I need to ask, you know, why is Sirdi cane from? No, we got an explanation. It's a logical explanation. Who don't understand that? Because they don't understand that. They want the cane dry up in the field and just stay there and waste. Or maybe they will give you that to
Mr. Osorio, I was perusing the webpage, ICA webpage, and come up with a piece of notice that says that the EU also signed a cooperation agreement with the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, for the creation of a program to guarantee financing for the replanting of clean seeds in the sugar industry. The program, valued at 6.5 million euros, will be managed by the Development Finance Corporation. Anything like that came
Well, I thought we need to go to a break, and then when we come back, because that's another show by itself. When we come back, we continue with more calls, and we get the response from Mr. Osorio here. Gentlemen, should we take this call before we go to the break, or we go to the break? Let's go to the break.
Wow, Junior, now nearly time to go buy me number. How we go to shop to buy me number, man? Boy, Junior, time to go, you know. Hurry go buy me number. Boy, Junior, you see that nearly time? Hurry go to the store go buy me number. Junior.
You want me to go buy number for you again? Why you not play this new Make Me Rich game? If you play using text messages per your phone, I don't have to leave the house. Plus, you have the chance to win up to $500,000.
$500,000?
Yes, come back and show you.
It's so easy. But why you never tell me about this long time?
I'm gonna try.
Junior. Oh, sit down. Make Me Rich show the command. I don't buy me numbers, boy. Boy. Come on.
This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
The government of Belize announces the launch of its Summer Sports Program 2015, funded by PetroCaribe. $500,000 from PetroCaribe funds have been earmarked to provide financial assistance to existing summer sporting camps that have been operating for at least 3 years. The government recognizes and salutes all individuals, groups, and organizations that have been sponsoring summer camps for years. This summer, the focus will be on sporting programs and all qualified bodies are invited to apply. For more information, download the complete sponsorship application guide from the Government Press Office Facebook page or pick up an application from the National Sports Council office in Belize City or request an emailed copy by sending email to nscbel@btl.net. Transforming lives through sports. A government for all.
I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free. God knows I want to break free. I've fallen in love.
Break free to Digicel. Enjoy the most affordable plans in the country with free 4G data. Digicel's new combo plans start at $89. You can now have it all when you go postpaid.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
Buster. They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Play the new Make Me Rich lottery game, where prepaid users have a chance to win up to $500,000. To get rich, text your numbers to 7424. Choose 5 balls, 4 cool balls between 1 to 40, and 1 hot ball between 1 to 10. Or simply text QP for a quick pick, and 5 numbers will be chosen at random. $3.50 will be automatically deducted from your phone's primary balance, and a digital receipt will be texted back to you. You win $1 phone credit with any matching cool ball, $5 phone credit with any 2 matching cool balls, $50 phone credit with any 3 matching cool balls. Match all 4 and win $5,000 cash. Get all 4 cool balls and the hot ball, and you'll win $500,000. Make Me Rich will text you back to let you know what you won. So tune in 8 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays to the Make Me Rich game show and get rich.
Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich. This is the game show. Make me rich, make me rich, make me rich.
Wherever you go, stay connected to home with Digicel. Prepaid customers simply text Roam On to 777 to call and text while away and receive text for free. While our new combo plan customers can call, text, or surf simply by stopping into any BTL office before they leave. Live more with Digicel.
Get more, do more, love more, live more. With Digicel.
The transformation continues as the government of Belize is now embarking on a massive rollout of Petro-Caribe funds to rural communities countrywide. Contracts have been signed for works to commence in several villages in the coming weeks. And that is just the beginning.
Petro-Caribe is coming to Trial Farm and Ladyville and San Narciso and Bella Vista and Socots and Independence and Esperanza and Bullet Tree and Carmelita, and it will not stop until every village constituency in the entire country would have received its fair share of Petro-Caribe.
Transforming lives, transforming Belize, a government for all.
some texts here, but before we read, I forgot you the text card, so that one the text and just come in like that. Malas palabras come in and text, and I don't want to get in a problem. But back on the question, just briefly, because I think maybe we want to invite you back on the show to give us more
To elaborate
on that.
more on that.
Because we notice once you wear the EU flag by your hat or your shoulder or upon the road, a good thing they happen.
They do some visibility.
Yes, a good thing they happen. Tell us about that.
Yes, well, yes, there was an agreement signed between the CDB and the government of Belize for 6.5 million euros to establish a fund, a credit line for replanting for the sugar industry. That was signed in May of 2012. That program is coming to an end next year, March 2016. The industry is concerned because the funds have not moved as anticipated. We still have in the DFC, who is the one managing the funds, and Immaculata Credit Union Limited, somewhere around $8 million that are still available. If the $8 million are not taken up by farmers, that $8 million go back to the European Union.
What?
This fund, which amounts to about 15 million Belize dollars, would have remained for the industry if all was taken up within the time frame, and it would have served for whatever industry decides that the funds can be loaned to for farmers. Because presently, it's only for replanting, and for this year, what was added is ratoon maintenance or field maintenance. But
The money
post,
still there.
post the time frame, those monies may be available for machinery.
Yeah, that's
for
exactly
other activities.
I think that's what they should
but
do.
first,
because
it should remain.
empower the small farmers.
Thank you, yes.
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Hello, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Solo quisiera felicitar a Siri y al señor Marcos Osorio por hacer un buen trabajo.
Muchas gracias.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I have a text here say, buen show. Esos tres compañeros deben de estar más frecuentes para aclarar el informar lo que sucede en una manera correcta. Nice.
¿Qué sucede en el año 2017?
Sugar City Morning Show, hello.
Okay.
Morning.
Morning.
Yes, good morning.
De la Renaissance, congratulate the gentlemen that are out there, ¿no? I think that yo pienso que bastante de la responsabilidad, o la mayoría de la responsabilidad, es en parte de nosotros cañeros. Cuando se confrontan los problemas como los problemas que tenemos ahorita, estamos culpando a los, como por ejemplo los chairmans que están encargados de estas comitivas, ¿no? Y básicamente venimos arrastrando un problema de 2 años. Ya sabemos que con el contrato firmado, la ventaja del tiempo el otro año pues ya está a favor del cañero, pero yo creo que llegado el punto donde nosotros cañeros necesitamos absorber un poco de responsabilidad, porque aquí escuchan las llamadas solo culpando y no estamos agradeciendo. Y sí tenemos una cierta clase de organización que no tenía la estrategia de poder filtrar la información al cañero, pero con las otras organizaciones que ahora están dando un poco de competencia en esa forma, yo creo que las cosas van a mejorar. Yo quiero felicitar a los señores que están allá al frente, pero yo quisiera hacer una sugerencia a Mr. Novelo. Yo sé que bastante gente tiene esta inquietud con el 80% de producción que está hablando que todo eso se va a entregar. Y me parecería a mí que si el SCPC hubiese tomado un poco de, ya sabiendo que estamos atrasados con tiempo, un poco de responsabilidad y decir, voy a implementar un mecanismo a donde los líderes del grupo que por por el cuerpo de gobierno son los que controlan la entrega básicamente. Solo pueden entregar 80% y no pueden pasar de ese 80%, sea de que sea en el grupo. Y yo no sé si ya es muy tarde para implementar ese sistema, pero yo quisiera que mi Novelo considere esto, de que se tiene que buscar una manera de parte del IESI, que si él es el chairman, cómo ese sistema se puede implementar. Sea cuando llegas a la fábrica, digan, pues este cañero ya entregó su 80%, o no sé qué mecanismo hay. Pero me parece que eso es un poquito de los problemitas que me parece que hay ahorita, pero yo creo que con el plan estratégico que se está hablando de parte de Mr. Gabriel Martínez y con la ayuda de estas otras organizaciones, en mi punto de vista y en las reuniones que he estado, me parece que la industria sí está moviendo adelante y llevo para felicitar a los jefes que están aquí.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias por la llamada.
Muchas gracias, y con relación a la recomendación que has hecho, en realidad ya se empieza a implementar en el SCPC. Hemos estado dialogando con BSI también para que nos eche una mano con poder atajar una vez que ya llegaste a cierta entrega a que no puedas entregar más. Pero somos humanos y a veces pasa. Pero
Okay.
sí estamos tomando en consideración esa recomendación que has hecho. Más bien se está implementando.
I think the question Emmanuel was asking earlier was about how we look heading towards 2017.
Yeah, what happens in 2017, because we heard that there are going to be some drastic changes within the industry. And that I just wanted to invite somebody from the panel to expound a bit on what is the future like for the industry, given the fact.
Please lower the volume on your television, please. Please lower the volume on the television.
¿Te imaginas que Horacio lo tiene
Hello. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, hello, go ahead.
La pregunta es que quería preguntarle al SCP que si... Hello.
Yeah, por favor, baja el volumen de tu televisión totalmente. O pone televisión en el suelo o algo así, pero...
Ponle el suelo.
La pregunta es que está bueno el 80%, pero si tienes 80 toneladas y vas a meter 60 toneladas, ¿por qué no hacen que metan el 80 si el pobrecito quiere meter 80? Ahora si yo tengo 1000 toneladas y yo meto 700 toneladas, yo lo acepto, pero de 100, 80, como la mía es 88, ya me pagaron 60. ¿Y qué voy a hacer con 22? Yo estoy chiquitito, yo debo de... A mi prudencia es para que yo llegue a 88. Ahora si tengo 1000, pues lo acepto. Ese es el problema que pasa con los chiquititos, que los grupos grandes más los chiquititos.
Correcto.
El impacto se siente más en el cañero pequeño que en el cañero grande.
Ese es el problema. Por eso pónganse a pensar que el cañero grande es más chiquitito, porque estamos chiquititos y 80%, ¿por qué no lo terminan en 88 si no afecta?
Okay, amigo. Well, that's the same
Muchas
thing we were
gracias.
talking about earlier.
Sí, y gracias por su sugerencia. Es un debate, es una discusión que vamos a tener que tomar para llegar a un acuerdo sobre qué van a ser las estimaciones para la siguiente zafra. No quiero meterme tanto en lo que es el acta, porque el acta proveía para varias medidas que en realidad no se implementaron, y en caso que se hubieran implementado, yo creo que la estructura de la industria hoy día sería algo distinto. Pero entremos a la pregunta que nos hizo Emanuel. ¿Qué pasa en 2017? Lo que se espera es que los precios de azúcar bajarían, porque básicamente en Europa los productores de remolacha, que también se usa para hacer azúcar, entrarían o sea, expandirían su mercado en Europa. Y tomemos en consideración de que ellos no tienen que transportar su azúcar, ya están
Ya
allá
está ahí.
en el mercado. Entonces pensamos que al ellos poner más azúcar en ese mercado, básicamente bajaría los precios del producto que consiguen del exterior.
Right. Competition.
Y es por eso que quería hacer hincapié también en el comentario que había hecho un cañero que llamó anteriormente, que dice, mira, ustedes están metiendo en mi negocio. ¿Qué importa si solo tengo 10 acres o si solo estoy produciendo tanto por acre?
We want to be able to compete.
Sí importa porque queremos asegurarnos que va a poder mantenerse en el mercado, que está produciendo esa caña y que Biesa está produciendo ese azúcar a precios competitivos, que podamos competir en ese mercado.
Tiene que haber un elemento de
Y
eficiencia.
es por eso que hablamos de mejorar eficiencias, no solamente de campo, sino que cosecha, transporte. Todo eso es muy importante cuando hablamos de la cadena de azúcar. Eficiencia a todo nivel, para que todos vayamos ganando, todos vayamos beneficiando.
Right. And to be competitive on the market.
Exactamente, para que nos
That's one of
mantengamos en ese mercado.
ESR's goal. That's what they've been saying from the beginning. We have to ready for 2017 that when this sugar come from the beet, expand the rate of the to par with them.
And the thing is that this is not too far away,
No. It's a farmer.
2017 is barely a year and a half from now.
I have a question here. I think this is more for Mr. Joe. Good morning, Mr. Dillon. I want to ask if any of the gentlemen know how many years is a quota inactive, because I have a person who have not delivered for 2 years. I guess they're trying to ask how many years can you hold on to that without delivering any cane? And you take it away or you leave it to them? Is there a law to that?
La ley dice, no quería meterme en la ley, pero la ley dice que si un cañero no entrega 75 toneladas por 2 años consecutivos, nosotros deberíamos sacar a esa persona de la lista.
Okay.
No debe ser cañero.
Okay.
Así que cuando lo sumas son 150 en 2 años. Hay cañeros que no llegan a 75. Entonces, por eso digo que cuando vayamos a ver todo lo que está sobre la mesa para la zafra entrante, hay decisiones serias que tienen que hacerse, pero se harán informando al cañero.
Okay.
El gobierno está bien consciente y la fábrica y las asociaciones están bien conscientes que queremos mantenernos en este negocio. Pero para mantenerse en este negocio hay ciertas medidas que tenemos que tomar.
Well, like in everything, you must have regulations and stuff. Another question.
But maybe I want to interject
Sure.
to complement what José said. Lo importante para ese cañero que pregunta de ese cañero que tiene 2 zafras que no entrega es que si tiene la producción, la responsabilidad queda en él de cuando termina la zafra de entrar y poner su reporte en el SCPC. Que no, porque sabemos que la zafra pasada y esta zafra son 2 zafras muy difíciles, donde va a existir la posibilidad de que muchos no entreguen, pero no es por posible, no porque no tienen la caña, sino que porque no
Reasons beyond their control.
Exactamente.
But you need to report it
hay
at
que
least.
reportar para que cuando se verifiquen se asuma ese reporte y se le ponga y se mantenga activo.
Y el punto es, hay que reportarlo
Hay que
responsablemente.
reportarlo.
Responsablemente. Que sea tu responsabilidad de decir, mira, este año no puedo por X razones.
20 minutes away
Pero no
from
simplemente
the 10
asumir de que
o'clock
va a estar
hour.
ahí 2 años luego.
And we are here with the, should I say, key partners in the sugarcane industry, CIRDI, SICB, and SCPC.
Una de las preguntas yo creo que todavía la gente tiene bastante fuerte en su mente es, ¿qué va a suceder con el cañero pequeño, aquel cañero que tiene nada más 75, 100 o relativamente, digamos, no sé qué sería pequeño, 50, 75, no sé, pero ¿qué está en el futuro para aquel cañero pequeño? ¿Puede sobrevivir?
Sí, bueno, lo pequeño, aquí hay algo muy importante, que lo pequeño no quiere decir que no es bueno, porque tenemos productores pequeños
y eficientes,
que aunque se están produciendo, entregando 75 toneladas, pero es probable que lo están cosechando en 2 acres, en acre y medio, que quiere decir que son muy eficientes en esa área. El problema es cuando, igual que el pequeño, el mediano, el grande, que tienen parcelas que les están rindiendo 6 toneladas, 10 toneladas, y quiero poner un punto aquí, que ayer recibí una carta de uno de los branch chairman, y sé que se lo dirigieron al chairman Martínez, donde decía sobre el Productivity Survey, decía, no tenemos problema con la metodología que se implementó, pero una de las parcelas que cayó como muestra era una parcela de 6 toneladas. Dice, el cañero le dijo al técnico, no midas ese porque ese está muy malo. Yo tengo una parcela con mejor caña, pero la muestra es la muestra. Si dejábamos ese y muestrábamos otro, haríamos una injusticia a todos los demás. Porque, desafortunadamente, porque es una muestra at random, que no seleccionamos nosotros cuál se va a muestrear, cuando se promedia vas a afectar, porque en una zona tienes muy buenos, tienes medianos y tienes malos. Puede suceder que en esa zona hay más malos que buenos en términos de rendimientos. Entonces, cuando se promedia, el que está arriba lo jalas hacia abajo. El que está muy abajo lo jalas un poco hacia arriba, porque es un promedio que se está usando. Entonces, en base a eso, yo quiero pedir a todos los cañeros, a todos los líderes, que apoyen, que cooperen y que participen en el proceso de verificación de todas las parcelas, para que así mañana tengamos una industria más justa para todos.
I would like to know, and I expect none of an answer, because we have to wait till see after the meeting. I guess we will get more result on the survey and what steps will be taken after the crop is done for the beginning of the next crop, no? But I would like to know that this is just me talking, that coming out of that meeting we hear that small farmers get elevated or who have cane and don't have enough quota get elevated, because people who have cane and don't have quota, I could say that these are the ones that are following the steps and the guidelines on how to plant, how to produce more quality cane, you know, and they have investors. So I would like to know that these people, for example, you mentioned earlier, Progressive are trying to upgrade farmers in their group from 75 tons to 200. And this is the kind of thing that I would call fair play, you know. You don't want to take away from the small man to give to the big man. You don't want to take away from the big man to give to the small man neither, but I don't want a task ahead. I just want
to call an unenviable task.
Yeah, I just want to hear fair play, man, because, you know, this is the way a life for the caneros, you know, this is the way how the people live. And for the cane farmers, I would just want to say, we're about to, with the head down, with the wind down. I say this without no malice against nobody, but we all have to accept that in these organizations, or these groups, or these heads, people have a right to their own political beliefs. People have a right. We all know Mr. Martinez is politically appointed. There's no secret about that, you know. And maybe he went there and there's somebody there who, the language who he have a different political belief. But just as how you've been respected as a professional for what you do, we just want to say, farmers, don't be misled by people like these. Do your own evaluation. Listen to the facts. Like Mr. Osoro said, people come to we, and we show them numbers. We not try to take away nothing from us, see them, then they understand. Because people have different agenda. And because of this kind of behavior, we not move forward. Some people have the agenda for saying, no, I have a text right in front of me, and I never want to read it, but if I don't read it when they meet me, they accost me. He said, Dillon, quiero que les digas que a los caneros que la zafra empezó tarde por culpa de Ortega y los otros radicales. Ellos como son, buscan lo que sea para que el gobierno actual tenga problemas. I don't have to finish the rest. And these kind of things have to be stopped, in my view, because, they benefit the majority of players in the industry. If you're a PUP boss, that's a for you business. Just do the right thing. If you're a UDP, that's a for you business. We respect each other, but you're there for doing a job, and the Prime Minister said a government for all. So we can't say CIRID a UDP. We can't say SICB a UDP. We can't say SCP a UDP, because they're not like that. The professional people who are there to do their job, and we respect your political beliefs or who you want to vote for, but make we stop the mischief, man, because, this whole thing gonna haywire. It gonna haywire because I want to leave simple misinformation and nobody get it out in the open.
Nos ha costado aproximadamente 250,000 toneladas.
Exactly. Yes, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello.
¿Podría hablar con una pregunta?
Una pregunta. Go ahead, sir.
Bueno, yo soy un cañero aquí que tengo 86 toneladas de caña.
Go ahead.
Ahora, ya entregué mi 80%, pero me está sobrando como 150 toneladas de caña en la planta. Ahora, ya fui a Sugar Board y me dijeron que tengo que esperar hasta que acabe la zafra para que ellos vengan a chequear para ver si hay aumento el otro año. Pero fíjate, en la caña el año pasado lo usé como semilla. Y si yo tengo la caña para la otra zafra, tal vez consiga una cota. Pero no voy a poder meter la cota porque la caña se me va a secar. ¿Y cuánta inversión hice yo ahí? ¿Entiendes?
All right.
Otra vez. Gracias.
Eso recalca nuestra posición que hemos estado discutiendo todo el rato.
Gentlemen,
¿Qué hace que el cañero?
Pero ahí hay otra cosa, la época de siembra, porque también sabemos que ahorita, por ejemplo, los que se prepararon van a sembrar ahora. ¿Qué riesgo se corre? ¿Qué se está sembrando? En mayoría es B79, la variedad B79. Si viene la otra zafra y no alcanza a cosechar ese B79, que se va a quedar hasta para la siguiente zafra, ya estamos hablando de una planta que tendría 22 meses. El B79 no es una buena caña para 20 meses. Hay que cortarlo a los 15 meses, es el momento más óptimo porque de ahí empieza a secar. Entonces cuando cosecha esa caña a 20 meses, tiende a perder hasta un 50% de la producción, se seca. Entonces en ese caso un B79 necesita sembrarse en septiembre, octubre, para alcanzar cosecha a los 14, 15 meses, donde sacas el máximo. Entonces ahí entra el otro tema de lo que es ciclos de siembra, variedades, que sería otro tema para
I think that's the kind of education we need to put out, that kind of information we need to put out more publicly, because, like I say, big respect to all cane farmers. I know got a cane field, because cane kill Abel and my brother. I don't know where you're doing with me. So I do respect to all cane farmers, but I the land. The land. My wife is a cane farmer, but boss, me no got a bush. But I the land, and I don't learn this much that if the industry collapse, that all the way and feel it down region. Whether you're a taxi driver, bus driver, radio man, TV, you want to take Bukut.
¿Crees tú que va a haber la oportunidad en el futuro, quizás en otro año, para que este individuo mencionó de que la posibilidad de conseguir un incremento de cuota? ¿Existe la posibilidad?
A través del sistema de información que se está desarrollando, y hablábamos de que a cada quien se le debe asignar lo que puede comprobar que tiene en producción.
Pero ciertas cosas tienen que suceder para que él pueda acceder. Y a eso me refería.
Y esa decisión es decisión de la SCPC. a donde está representado BSI ESR, las tres asociaciones y el gobierno de Belice, para poder tomar la decisión más correcta que debe,
conveniente,
para el bienestar de la industria.
Wonderful. Well, I guess, gentlemen, we just about cover all, but what's your take on the performance or the contribution made by the European Union towards the sugar belt of Belize? I mean, we see that then they fix all the major roads. Then, how you feel about that? Out your line, but as a Canero, you know. For me, I don't want to see them pave the road, the one they call the Remate Road, that one for the shortcut. I don't want to see them pave the road there.
Maybe we need to discuss that in another show. No, because there's a lot of things, a lot of good things.
Yeah.
While there are challenges in some areas, there are a lot of good things.
No, but we see that then they spend money on a lot of the sugar roads then.
Yes.
You know?
I think on a personal note, being a resident of San Narciso area, Louisville, we just had the inauguration of that stretch from San Narciso to San Victor. On a personal note, that brings a lot of memories to me. I started my teaching profession in San Victor. That time, my friend, to get there, you had to go on horseback or bicycle. And I can recall some 5 years ago, the buses coming from San Victor to San Narciso on a rainy day would have to bring the students to a certain point, drop them, students would walk in the mud, get to Escuela Mexico, and do the same thing when they go back. I think there is a very good, I would say, cane farming road to highway standards there that, contributes a lot to having these two communities doing that movement, especially of our students and to a large extent the cane farming community. But you mentioned Remate, and I don't know if I will jump the gun, maybe somebody else would want to announce it, but all I know is that is coming very soon.
What?
And this is through the what is called the AMS accompanying measures for sugar.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's 13.5 miles of road.
That's good, man, because, I mean, apart from it's a sugar road, you have to be realistic. Because driving through there, you see a lot of cane fields. It's just like when you're leaving Orange Walk on the south side, going to York Creek, Trinidad. It's
major improvement.
Major improvement. It's all highway all the way up. And there's nothing like taking a Sunday drive and you see the cane field or the smell of cane. So it's nice, but it's good to hear that road will be, I don't know when, but sound like soon.
It's going to be something that is welcomed by everybody.
There are some challenges because when we look at the Orange Walk to Progresso Road, that is
another story.
That's a huge, big story. Because and I have said, if surveying the road would have paved the road, we would have paved the road about 10 times. But that's why I said when I said about challenges. Unfortunately, the challenge there was the contractor who messed up that whole area. That's the reality. It's the contractor who messed up the whole area.
At the expense of the population.
Yeah. And then you rightly mentioned, Dylan, that you see these streets, these roads once now soon to be paved streets, especially when they pass through the rural communities, like that Remate Road. It makes your trip shorter to the highway, close to the border.
That's a my shortcut.
Then you also come to appreciate the lifestyle of the people, the rural communities of San Pedro, Cristo Rey, Yochen, Pachacan, and
Sometimes we tend to forget the obvious as well, though. You're saving.
Improves tourism.
True.
Improves everything.
Improves also, I mean, you know, you don't have to repair your vehicles that often. I mean,
Right.
it's a hell for me to buy a $25,000 vehicle and put in a road that is filled with ruts and so forth. And good Lord, 2-3 months afterwards, I hear the rattle right here and the rattle that front. And I have to begin buying mufflers and this and shock absorbers. Stark difference when you're riding on a road that is smooth. That the element of maintenance is reduced drastically.
Yeah, it improves the socio-economic lifestyle of the people.
We have
that day we had myself and Mr. Novello. We
have 5 more.
We had the opportunity to
to
drive by, and we were talking all about tourism. People establishing their little restaurants with Maya Mestizo foods, and assisting the socio-economic opportunities of the people in the rural areas. I think that has done.
Well, we
so
must
much.
congratulate the European Union through the initiative of the accompanying measures for sugar, that they have made a commitment to the sugar belt. And I think that's what's important.
We have 1 minute. I just want to ask this last question to Mr. Martinez. Plain English and bad manners, will the government stand by and watch the small farmers or the cane farmers, which is the small majority as well, being taken advantage of? What's the government's position on that?
I think I can recollect properly what the Prime Minister said. As long as he is the Prime Minister of this country, the industry will move on. And there is no intention of getting no one out of the industry. The small farmers have been recognized for being there and have done so much. And if I may use some political language here, it will be political suicide to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think
any government will want to do
that. Will happen. We stand for the small cane farmers as well. They form an integral part of the day-to-day operations of this industry. And I also want to signal out something very important, Dillon. The SICB, we have maintained a very cordial relationship with the different associations, namely the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, the Progressive Sugarcane Farmers Association, and the Corozal Sugarcane Producers Association. And we will continue to dialogue and have them close by when we deal with situations. But also very important, BSI-ASR is very, very much important to the industry. So I want to state that the SICB is not here for BSI as we have been signaled. We are here for the industry. And we are mindful that we cannot exist in a vacuum. The farmers need the manufacturer need the farmers, and we have a responsible government that is looking for their best interest. So on that note, I think somebody had called wanting to know the composition of the SICB, and I think that is very important. I chair the SICB. We have 2 independent members in the persons of Mr. Eloy Navarro and Mr. Felipe Blanco. One representative from the Ministry of Finance, that is Mr. Artemio Osorio. Also we have from the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Jose Novello. The Chief Agriculture Officer also sits in this board, Mr. Roberto Harrison. We have a representative from each of the associations, BSCFA, represented by Mr. Ramon Aban, Progressive by Mr. Avisur Losa, and the Corozal Sugarcane Producers by Mr. Elvis Canul. And BSI is represented by Mr. Belisario Carballo, Mr. Sean Chavaria, and it's 3. It's Olivia Carballo. That happened with the recent changes in the
January change.
which happened in January.
Entonces, actualizado.
Exacto. Así que esa es la composición de la Junta de la Industria Azucarera de Belice. Mañana vamos a sostener una reunión donde vamos a tratar de tomar la posición de las diferentes asociaciones relacionado a la encuesta de productividad que hizo CIRDI, y definitivamente vamos a sostener otra reunión cuando el reporte también esté terminado, y creo que de eso ya hablamos mucho en detalle, así que eso es lo que yo quisiera decir finalmente, que todo asunto que tenga un impacto a la industria, el SICB va a estar allá para velar el mejor interés de la industria azucarera de Belice.
Thank you very much.
Yo les quiero dar las gracias de parte de Sugar City Morning Show por su participación aquí hoy por la mañana. Señor Novello, señor Osorio, señor Martínez, muchas gracias por tomar tiempo aparte y venir aquí y a explicar y a hablar abiertamente acerca de este asunto. Quiero tomar tiempo para felicitarles y también para desearles mucho éxito mañana en la Junta, porque en realidad lo que queremos ver es una industria vibrante, una industria que al final del día podamos sostener y no quedar trabados en los problemitas. Siempre hay que buscar formas para sobrellevar los problemas, y hay que ser muchas veces muy genio y hay que usar la imaginación de todas formas para encontrar soluciones a los problemas. Sabemos que es una situación bastante dinámica, como dijiste, con 5,000 cabecitas que todos piensan diferente. Tenemos la capacidad de pensar diferente, pero hay que buscar formas when we have cohesion, when we have growth, when we have some sort of unity in the industry. Les deseo mucho éxito con todos sus, particularmente mañana, que tengamos una resolución que sea buena para todos los stakeholders en la industria.
Si me permite dos comentarios.
Sure. Claro que sí.
Solamente quisiera hacerle una petición a los cañeros que, por favor, no traigan caña tierna al ingenio. Que permitamos que se pueda entregar caña madura al ingenio. Controlen su quema, porque es a partir de ahora cuando se nos empieza a empeorar la calidad de la caña. Tanto esfuerzo hemos hecho para tener TCTS, que hoy está en 8.04, y no queremos poner eso en riesgo. Y por último, decir que la última vez que nos reunimos habíamos dicho que la zafra iría hasta finales de junio. Recordemos que esa decisión la toma la BSI conjuntamente con las asociaciones y el gobierno de Belice en el cuerpo que es el SICB. Solamente ese pequeño comentario quería hacer.
So, any parting shots for today?
No, solo quiero agradecer a todos esos que llamaron para dar su comentario, y en especial pues a todos los que estuvieron escuchando. Esperamos que hayamos aclarado sus mentes en cuanto a los temas o los temas de preocupación, y que hay que seguir trabajando, hay que tratar de trabajar más unido, lo más unido posible, para que la industria pueda seguir teniendo éxito. La industria necesita quedarse, y es el pan de cada día de todos los norteños. Así que quiero reiterar nuevamente que todo lo que hacemos y lo que vamos a hacer en el futuro siempre es con ese interés de mejorar para el beneficio de los cañeros y para una mejor industria azucarera. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much. Way over time, 8 minutes after 10 o'clock. Once again, gentlemen, thanks for dropping by. Almost lunch. It's brunch now. Maurice got everything set up.
I'm smelling it already.
All right, good. For Maurice Kakam on camera, as Raheem Wagner on control, our director, Mr. Robert Chekiosha, on behalf of Emmanuel Martinez.
Hasta luego todos. Se
Gentlemen
cuidan. Que
here,
tengan un buen día.
have a wonderful day. Orange Walk. The rest of the country, thanks for all who call. My name is Dylan Jones. This has been your Thursday serving of the Sugar City Morning Show. We'll be back with you tomorrow for your Friday edition. Have a safe day and may God bless you. So long.